All right, folks. Welcome, SF Comic Co. No maximum effort Grayson today. I'm sorry. No, he's not puking. He's good. He's just working hard. He's a working man. But we brought in the ringer, Davis, the Brian Danielson, the American Dragon of SF Comic Co. We're gonna have a good one. I forgot today. I was going to do the Daniel Bryan Davis thing for the like and subscribe, but I totally forgot. But
maybe next time.
Next time you're on. Yeah. Welcome to the SF Comic Co. This is the SF Company Hour number 105. I am Ray Doomzilla, joined today by Mr. Davis, one of the all-time great guests of the show. On another coast, we didn't forget about him, but just timing was perfect today. Rick, Mr. Maximum Effort is taking the night off. He's got to work. Well, not night off from us. Got to work. So we brought in the one of my favorite guests, and the person I'm calling if Rick ever gets canceled. Davis, how you doing?
I'm pretty good. It's good to be back on. You know,
I'm sure.
I'm sorry that Rick couldn't make it. I'll try to be angrier and more outspoken about everything. And my hair's not long enough, but
just remember your opinion is right. Everyone else's opinion is dog shit. If you disagree, you're
absolutely
must eat a phallic genital of some kind if you don't agree. So welcome. If you're new to the channel, hello. We're going to be talking some geek stuff today. We're going to talk about the Hawkeye Disney Plus show, the first 2 episodes that dropped. A little bit about the Mad Fraction run it's based on also. We're going to talk some toy news, a couple of toy tidbits, new Jurassic Park prologue. What else? What the hell are we talking about? Danny DeVito's writing a Penguin story. That should be interesting.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, that's some fun stuff. Fun stuff we're going to talk about. So, Davis, how you been, man? We haven't talked to you in a minute. How's the other side of the coast treating you?
It's pretty good. Moved into this new house. I have all my stuff together.
I see that. Yeah, it looks awesome.
In one spot. I crammed this chair into the hallway here so that we could all, experience the magic. I'd have a cool backdrop instead of just some curtains or a blank wall.
You're breaking kayfabe. No, that's like your epic office. It's like a fucking, it's a 20 by 20 fucking office.
Something like that. Yeah. It's a small room. There's little nerd things all throughout the house, but we've only been in here for like 2 months, and so it's mostly boxes and
give it time. Like give it time. Yeah.
This is the first thing I did when we moved in. Really, I put my big Silver Surfer up on the shelf across the room, and then I bought that and started building this bookshelf and putting all the books on it. So.
The Davisium is coming along nicely. Yeah,
exactly.
Now you got to get all your Ninja Turtles up.
My wife will be thrilled.
I'll sit down and talk to her about it.
Okay.
Davis needs.
Explain the importance. Yeah.
Krista, what's up, Krista? Greetings, nerds. Yay, Davis. Yep.
Hey. Good to see you.
I've never heard a person say a negative thing about Davis, which always worries me. Rick, the shoot name of Maximum Effort. Do or do not. There is no try. Let the hate flow through. We will, Rick. We're gonna
channeling our inner Ricks. Yeah.
We're gonna turn it up a little bit for Rick.
Mm.
We miss you, Ricky. All right, let's see. What should we talk about first? Let's get through some little toy tidbits. Some toy tidbits we can go through. So I thought this one looked pretty cool. This is the Robocop coming out from NECA. So this, I believe, the 35th anniversary of 35th anniversary of Robocop. We got 2 new figures coming out from NECA. One of my favorite companies, even though I did an unboxing a couple weeks ago with their new Gargoyles Goliath figure, which I had some negative things to say. My first negative unboxing. So go check that out on the channel if you want to see me slowly disintegrate into upsetness during the unboxing. You just see my initial like, oh yeah, and then the more I was like, oh, this sucks by the end. So it's good to see my emotions all the way through in a 15-minute span. But we got NECA coming out with some Robocop figures. We got 2 of them coming out. They've had I think they've done some before already a couple years ago. So this is the standard RoboCop. He comes just looking like a RoboCop. He comes with the gun, the little sniper blaster, the little fake Wolverine thing he does to like hack the computer. But I thought this one was pretty cool. This is the battle damaged one where he gets all fucked up and he has to get in the repair chair and he kind of repairs himself kind of at one point. So that's cool. It's this what all comes with the fucking
cool.
Battle damage comes with the chair and the unhelmeted head. What do you think of these, Davis?
That's pretty cool. I just saw the battle damage one. I didn't see the shinier one a second ago. That was pretty cool. I like that one more, I think.
Yeah, if I was gonna buy, I have one of the older NECA ones, so I might pick this one just open it up. But yeah, it's pretty damn cool looking. Yeah, it looks like RoboCop. You know, I always hated when he took off the helmet when he had the Murphy head. I was always disappointed when that happened. Like, he looks so badass with the helmet. When he takes off the helmet in the final battle, is always kind of bummed me out that he didn't have the fucking helmet on because he looks so badass with the helmet.
Yeah.
These look pretty cool. The RoboCop, the regular RoboCop is going about $39. And then the one with the chair, the battle damage one, is going about $70. So a little pricey, but you get all that, all the fun accessories of a guy in a chair. It looks like he's about to get a pap smear or something. Very exciting.
Yeah. I don't know about the little white accessory over on the left side. That looks a little.
I think that's a gun blast.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I think they're alluding to, but it kind of pops out as something else. So that's a little weird,
a plug of some sort, man.
Yeah, exactly.
Or a bong, or it could be a couple things. Really, it's whatever you want. It's whatever your imagination takes you, really, on that one. These look cool. I like NECA for the. I like what they're doing with their figures. I wouldn't mind seeing the Ed 309. Big ass fucking one. It would be cool to own one of those. Always wanted to own one of those. Did you ever collect those the figures from the cartoon show back in the 90s, early 90s?
I didn't. I used to watch the movies all the time back in the day. Which when you said 35th anniversary, that just made me feel old.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched these movies in so long. I miss them dearly.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah, the first one is really good. The director's cut is like crazy because you just see dude get blasted for extra like a minute, which is insane. The second one has like a weird place in my heart. It's like Irvin Kershner directed the second one too, and it's written by Frank Miller. It's a weird movie, but a fun movie nonetheless. And the cartoon was weird. It's like anytime they made like a R-rated movie into like a Saturday morning cartoon was always weird to me. They did that a few times. Like what was it, Swamp Thing? RoboCop. There's a few Toxic Crusader, which was a hard R kind of thing, and they just made like a cartoon out of it. So
the kids saw the poster and the imagery sold it all for them. They didn't have to know the plot of the movie or all the stuff that goes on along with it. You know, they can make it whatever.
Yeah, like I think fucking Rambo had a cartoon. The 80s were weird. The 80s were like fucking. It was a weird fucking thing in the 80s.
It's a dark time.
It was the greatest time. It was the brightest time of our lives, man. Like, imagine nowadays, like if you'd make a cartoon out of like Django Unchained or something like that. Like,
no!
Like a Saturday morning cartoon out of it. Like there's this. It's weird. It was like we gave no fucks in the 80s. I really tell you.
That's true.
Like what R-rated movie from today would you like to see as a Saturday morning cartoon?
From today, like something made in the last 10 years?
Yeah, something from the last 10 years.
I don't know. I was just thinking randomly The Shining popped into my head for a cartoon. Just like wacky shenanigans ensue in this hotel, you know, and these twins and kid on a little tricycle rolling around. That's kind of like the Muppet Babies that opens up with like the tricycle. It's kind of like that.
Yeah, or like Saw, Saw. Kids have to go around solving these these traps and stuff, and before they get brutally murdered. Be a good topic for another show. What R-rated movies you want to see? Please, in the comments, let us know.
Your top 10, please.
I'm trying to think of like Hostel, like or some shit.
Yikes.
We definitely need Rick on this one. He'll have like 20 fucking.
Oh yeah, he's yelling at his phone or whatever he's watching on right now.
You're missing the right one.
Yeah.
The Conjuring. No, that might. I think that was a PG-13, wasn't it? I think it might have been PG-13.
The Conjuring.
Yeah.
The
first one.
I think it's rated R, but I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, it might have been borderline. All right. So we got some more figures. A couple more figures. So we got this Batman. This from Beast Kingdom. This is coming out is it next year sometimes. These are going on pre-orders. I'm still waiting for the Mezco Batman. That's supposed to be the Michael Keaton Batman. This is an 8-inch scale one. This one looks all right. The cape looks a little suspect.
Yeah, it looks kind of satiny.
Yeah, a little too doesn't have any weight to it. Too flowy. So I don't know if that it will be better in person. But the accessories look cool. Comes with all the things you want. The batarangs, the grappling hooks, all the different hands and stuff. So that's cool. Yeah, but the cape on the other hand just kind of ruins it for me.
I like the classic Keaton look there.
Yeah,
with that movie. So
fucking yeah. I'm waiting for the Mezco. Hopefully that Mezco comes out soon.
Who you say makes this?
This one is Beast Kingdom. They're kind of newish.
Okay. I don't know that much on the the figure front or anything, obviously, but I'd never heard of them. So
yeah, they've been kind of doing a lot more recently. I've seen a lot more of their stuff kind of pop out. And so this one's coming out also. This is the Joker, the Nicholson, which I think looks a little better. I think the hairline looks a little off. But this one, if I was going to get one of these two, I'd probably get the Joker because I don't have this version of the Joker. Cloth goods and stuff. Yeah, like I said, 8-inch figures. I'm not sure what the price points on these. I'm sure they're pretty pricey. I would say 150 for these.
Damn.
If I was gonna say.
I'd like to see them do a penguin though. That'd be cool. A little DeVito.
Yeah, that'd be cool. A little DeVito, little Catwoman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they could pretty much do all the Burton and Schumacher ones. I'd get a Robin. I'm a Robin mark. I'd fuck with a Chris O'Donnell Batman forever.
Did you get that one with the bulge we looked at a while ago?
That's right. No, I should pre-order it, man. I should get it. I don't know.
I'm sure you have a spot marked out right by your bed for it.
I had the poster, man. I had the fucking just him posing on the poster
with the
Chris O'Donnell in the costume. I had that poster on my wall.
Yeah.
I was a mark for that movie. I still love that movie, man. John, what's up, Johnny? Wait, is this a Hot Toy? No, never mind. Not a Hot Toy. Yeah, Hot Toys has come out with two versions. These versions of these characters, and they're fucking super expensive, super hard to find. I should have swooped on. I was trying to find the Keaton Batman one when I started collecting Hot Toys. It was fucking damn near impossible. And I could have got the Joker. I should have got the fucking Joker when I had a chance, but I didn't. But yeah, that Nicholson Joker's pretty hilarious. All right, let's see here. DeVito is my favorite penguin. He needs to come with little penguins, little wee penguins.
Well, we haven't seen the new penguin yet, so I don't know. Colin Farrell could take over, or Richard Kind. That look.
It's a horrible look, man.
Yeah, it's not great.
It's not a good look. Yeah. You still excited about that movie?
Well, I don't know that I was excited to begin. Really, every time there's a Batman project, I'm like, cool. I'm always down with the Batman vibe and everything. I'm definitely gonna see it. I'm not super angry yet, but we'll see how it goes. He does look a little too emo and brooding and the long bangs. I can't do it, but looking like that and everything.
Yeah. So. See, this is where Rick comes in handy. He can pull it. I don't know. The more I see of it, I'm like, I don't know. I'm waiting to see for sure, but I'm not too juiced on it. Yeah.
Do you just watch the trailer over and over? I've only watched the trailer a couple times, so
I've seen it
because of that.
It just didn't. I don't know. It's not doing anything for me right yet. Maybe when it'll change. I'll watch the next trailer, and if I don't know. I'm not sold on Pattinson. To me, if you can't sell me on Batman, you can't sell me on the Batman movie.
I think the thing that the first thing I noticed I didn't really care for though, I think you pointed out that the gun is in the logo or whatever on his chest. I didn't really care for that. I was like,
It's a little too much.
that doesn't need to be there.
This is the gun that killed my parents. It's on my
Yeah,
chest.
that's too emo.
That's too hot topic for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. There will be definitely shirts for that you can find.
Yeah, for sure. All right, speaking of Penguin, since that's the easy transition. Dan DeVito is the Penguin once again with a little help from Dan Mora in the Gotham City Villains Anniversary Giant Preview, Giant Special. Sorry. So this come from Newsarama. This was kind of announced a few months ago about Dan DeVito kind of being involved in this. Actor, screenwriter, and producer Dan DeVito will write a story starring the character he famously portrayed in 1992's Batman Returns, illustrated by Dan Mora. The story co-stars Catwoman, also the villain from the direct sequel, in a fun heist story romance. That's cool. I never thought Penguin would Danny DeVito be a guy to write comics, but there's always been some weird celebrities that come in and write a comic. Patton Oswalt did a couple. Taboo just from the Black Eyed Peas wrote a comic recently.
Really?
I think it was at Werewolf by Night. So yeah, these celebrities always come in, and some of them are good, some of them are whatever. Okay, it's so you don't know what the. I think he has a love of the character, so I could definitely see this, putting a little heart to it, but a little of his humor. I've met Danny DeVito working, so he's a pretty hilarious guy. I got to walk him to his car, and he was talking shit to all the eBay autograph scalper guys, and it was just exactly what you think Danny DeVito how he would react to a bunch of people trying to get a signature to sell on
Dude,
on eBay.
I would love to see you walking next to Danny DeVito. That's amazing. I'm thinking of twins just from that, that you've got to be 3 feet taller than him, right?
Yeah.
Easily.
Well, actually, I had him in a pouch in front of me, like a kangaroo.
There you go. Yeah,
he just
carried him. Yeah, you get a Bjorn.
He's like the thing from it was like the thing from Total Recall. Yeah, he just popped up on my chest.
That's hilarious. But
what do you think of this?
I'm pretty excited about it. Reading the article you sent me about it all, I'm pretty excited because Batman's Rogues Gallery is amazing, and I love all those characters, and they pop in for little story arcs and everything. But I'm always excited just for their standalone stuff. I love that. Was it Azzarello did just a Joker book a while ago that I really liked, and it's kind of one of his little lackeys that's the main character, I guess. But I love when they kind of break off and do their own thing. I've never heard I've seen a lot of Danny DeVito interviews because he's really entertaining in interviews always. He's got great stories throughout his career. I've never heard him talk about comics or keeping up with it or anything. I always just got the feeling he moved on from a character like every other actor does, so
he played a comic book character 30 years ago.
Exactly.
That's pretty much all I know of Danny DeVito in comic books. So
yeah, you think George Clooney's going to come back and write some Batman later? So you said it's a romantic plot too. Do you think this is secretly a Danny DeVito Pfeiffer thing that he just
this is some of his fan fiction he had.
Exactly.
Hey, can we get a couple rewrites?
He wrote this in the margins of the script 30 years ago or whatever, and now it's coming to life.
It's the Catwoman's. It's called Bird Cat Love. We got some more stories in it. You got Scarecrow story, The Fearless Man by writer artist Wes Craig. That should be good. Poison Ivy, I can't even pronounce this. Willow Wilson and artist Emma Rios. Ra's al Ghul, Demon's Game. Philip Kennedy Johnson, artist Ricardo Federici. Talia al Ghul, Second Eye. Written by Nadia Shamas and Joshua Williamson, who's kind of killing it right now. Joshua Williamson his writing is awesome. Got Red Hood by writer Stephanie Phillips. Mad Hatter by Dan Waters, Killer Moth, Happiest by Margaret Scott. This is kind of cool. When is this coming out? Is this coming out this week? When is this coming out?
DC's been cranking out anniversary books lately, though, haven't they?
Okay, so this is coming out tomorrow. Today.
Oh, okay.
So So this came out. DC comes out on Tuesdays now. So this came out. Going to the comic shop hopefully in the next couple of days. So I might pick
I'm
this
going
up.
tomorrow.
Yeah, might have to pick this up. Yeah, you how's the comic book shop scene out there?
I've talked about it a little bit on here. It's hit or miss. We're all very particular about certain things. One thing that has come to drive me crazy is stores that don't bag and board their stuff, or
Oh,
like
pre bag
how
and
it's
board?
organized. Yeah, like I've got one luckily that's actually like right by where my parents live. Uh it's like 30 minutes from where I'm living, but it's worth the trip. The people are super cool. They bag and board everything. They're very knowledgeable. They will go to the ends of the earth to find whatever you need or direct you to where else. They're called Infinite Realities. If you're ever in the Tucker, Georgia area, if you ever leave San Francisco, they're pretty great. But that's where I've mostly been going for my stuff lately. They're pretty great.
Hmm. Yeah, I've always appreciate people that bag and board them right away, but I
Mm-hmm.
also kind of like the fact I can go in and like pick up a book and if I'm not sure of it, pick it up and open it up and
I'll
look
just
at
flip
it.
through you.
Yeah, so that's one of those things. But I do, yeah. At least give me a bag and board, like fucking,
Yeah.
like at least give me one free one. Like, goddamn it. Remember
Most of
these?
them charge. I feel like it's like a dollar or something for a bag and a board or something like that. A lot of the shops I've been to out on the East Coast, so it is what it is.
Let's see. We got let's see. Go to eBay. Talking about the hot toy. Yeah, no, I'm not spending $600 on that shit. No. Fuck that. Only Krista. Only if he too has multiple species of penguins working with him.
He needs to be inclusive of all species
I think,
of
Krista, I
penguins.
think you need to write a penguin story. It seems like you have a lot to say on the subject.
Do it.
I think we'll get you hook you up with an artist. I think you didn't get your fan fiction out of here. La Riva. Sorry, Hawkeye gonna go blind, need a wheelchair. Yeah, he's gonna turn into Daredevil, Professor X crossover. Yeah, we'll talk about the Hawkeye show in a minute. We got a couple more things to rush through, run through. We don't have to rush. Let's see. This dropped a little while ago before we went on. So Nicolas Cage is going to be playing Dracula in the coming Renfield movie for Universal. So originally announced a couple years back, Universal Pictures has been developing a solo movie of Dracula's henchman Renfield, based on the original pitch from Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman and Chris McKay. Pitched by Robert Kirkman and Chris McKay, The Tomorrow War is set to direct a movie with Nicholas Hoult on board to play Renfield. Yeah, I've heard about this movie for a few years. So now Nicolas Cage is now on board for the project. Even more exciting, Nicolas Cage is playing Count Dracula in the movie. So yeah, don't we have too many plot details, but I'm not sure if this is a comedy or like a horror comedy. I'm pretty sure this is going to go the horror comedy route. So this is kind of interesting. The names attached are pretty interesting too. Having Kirkman attached, having Nicolas Cage, Nicholas Hoult, who's great, Chris McKay. So this is a interesting cast of Ryan Ridley from Rick and Morty. So it is, yeah. They're saying it's going to be a comedic tone. Yeah, we could very well begin the most over-the-top Dracula on screen to date. If Nicolas Cage is playing him, because Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, that's a selling point right there. Nicolas Cage has been doing interesting work the last couple of years, so I'm kind of intrigued by this. Kind of him going back and kind of doing like kind of what he wants, but still kind of doing good stuff at the same time. And he's definitely a work for hire kind of guy, but him doing a big budget kind of kind of going back into the Hollywood form again. This sounds kind of interesting, man. I don't know. This could be really bad or really awesome, which kind of
Agree.
sums up Nicolas Cage's career. Yeah. So what do you think, David?
Yeah, I saw the headline right before we started doing this, and I was like, huh, okay. And then I didn't know all the names you just listed were attached to it. Now that throws a whole other thing into it. But yeah, because I always Nicolas Cage really does have two, like, it's either like, wow, that was really fun and cool, or wow, that was horribly bad. Like, it just his acting sometimes can make me cringe, but I don't know. And then Nicholas Hoult, I like a lot. And to see them opposite each other, that's really weird because Nicholas Hoult is a very like sincere actor.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you
The
don't see
chemistry is
him
gonna be
in
interesting.
super outlandish roles generally. So
Yeah, this is going to be interesting. Yeah, Nicholas Hoult has been pretty good. He was Beast. He was in
yeah.
that Warm Bodies. He was, he's pretty.
Oh yeah,
pretty
it was great. I like that movie.
yeah, it was that's a good romantic comedy. So yeah, I don't know, like we is because he can like either play like a stone. Have you seen Willy's Wonderland yet?
No, I don't think so.
No, it's basically goes to like a Chuck E. Cheese, Five Nights at Freddy's kind of situation. Yeah,
Okay.
spoiler for the movie. He doesn't say a fucking word in the whole movie. The whole like, but it's like it's pretty awesome though. He's just like I definitely recommend it. I think it's on streaming somewhere. It's
All right.
a good like cheesy kind of horror movie. Definitely check that out. And he did Color Out of Space. Last couple years, he's just kind of been doing these like weird, quirky like sci-fi movies.
Yeah.
And he's kind of been just like saying, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just like do these like hey, you got something cool for me? I'll do it." So I don't know. This on paper, this sounds kind of awesome. I don't know. I kind of like a wacky, crazy horror comedy. I'm always down for comedy, and horror has always been like a great genre for me. I love like Shaun of the Dead, American Werewolf, like Evil Dead 2, like that horror comedy. If you can do it right, it's definitely one of my favorite like subgenres of like horror. Like if you really you can scare me and like make me laugh at the same time. That's
But
great.
like Shaun of the Dead, that's a lot of thing with like the cinematography and the way like I'm looking at Chris McKay's credits and like he did the Lego Batman movie and what is this? The Tomorrow War?
Yeah, I think
I don't
that's
know.
so
Yeah,
that
there's
Chris
just
Pratt Amazon Prime movie. He was
yeah,
actually supposed to direct Nightwing a couple years ago. Now I'm remembering the name. Yeah, he was supposed to direct Nightwing a few years ago, but that got shelved.
really. Who was supposed to be Nightwing and did they ever release a name?
I don't think they ever got to that point. It was just that point. It was that point in like DC where they're just like throwing everything. Oh, we're gonna have a cyborg movie. We're gonna have a Nightwing movie. We're gonna have this movie. We're gonna have New Gods. We're gonna have this. Like we're just gonna.
You mean now?
yeah, it's kind of no. Well, now they're kind of hesitant. Like they're basically they're gonna wait to see how Flash does. I think Flash is gonna be like a very important fucking movie for them. Kind of resets.
Tie a lot of stuff together. Yeah.
Yeah, kind of resets things and kind of like all right, open the world up. So I don't know. It's it's gonna be interesting. I kind of like them just kind of going the route they did with their animation movies early on, where it's like we're just gonna like make storylines. It doesn't have to have continuity. It doesn't have to like connect. Some stuff can connect later down the road if we need to. There's a multiverse, whatever. But I like them trying to catch up to Marvel like in a short amount of time. Just kind of killed it for them. I think them just kind of doing their own thing and just like, all right, well, let's tell a good Batman story. Let's tell a good Flash story. Let's tell a good Black Adam story. Like I'm down with that. Like let's not worry about connecting everything because that's Marvel's already got that and they got it down pat. Whatever shit movie they release, they'll get away with it because it connects to the overall MCU.
So, do you think Ezra is going to save the DC cinematic universe? Is that where you were landing on it a second ago? That they're waiting to see on him? Ezra can save us all.
I did turn around on Ezra a little bit watching the Snyder Cut because I thought his character was a lot better in the Snyder Cut. The way they portrayed him in the fucking Joss Whedon, I just hated so much. And they kind of took all basically like 70% of the shit I hated about Ezra Miller was in the Joss Whedon cut. So there were still little things I didn't like, but still, like there was a whole lot. They handled his character so much better in the Snyder cut. So, So I don't know. I'm still not a huge fan of the actor, but I kind of hopefully they kind of take what Snyder did and transfer that over. And I don't know. It's definitely a big movie for them. I think if that works, that movie works. I think we'll see some more kind of them just kind of doing kind of trying to do what they want to do and do something decent.
Who was it that was someone brought up Marvel versus DC possibility movie? I can't remember what it was. An actor, director, or something brought that up recently. Did you read about that?
Oh, I remember seeing the headline about that. Yeah, I think in like 20 years, if they both fucking run out of ideas and they got nothing else better to do, like, sure, let's throw a fucking team up. Like, let's do a co-production. make like $3 billion.
Yeah, they'll make a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, you know, seeing Batman and Captain America fight, or you know, like Superman and Thor, or Hulk fight. You know, like
Yeah, spin-off comics they did. What was it, like Dark Claw or something, and Spider Boy? And, I had a few of them.
The Amalgam.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Amalgam user. Yeah, I have a bunch of those. I love those books, man. They're so like, there's some of them are like, there's like Super Patriot, like Superman and like Captain America. There's like, what was it, the like Storm and Wonder Woman were merged. It was, they had some like interesting, like Doctor Strange Fate. And they had like some interesting, like, interesting crossovers. But some of them were like, those trade paperbacks are hard to find too. Some of those. Like if you find it, you see them out there. Yeah, soup on them because they're.
I just have a couple random issues from that because I had the Marvel versus DC from like the mid '90s.
Yeah,
they've done that a few times, haven't they?
Yeah, they did the JLA Avengers, that big crossover. I have some of those. They did. They from like '77 to like the mid thousands. Up to 2000, they did a lot of crossovers, man. They crossed over a bunch of times. Titans, X-Men, Hulk, Batman, fucking Superman, Fantastic Four. Like in the 90s, they were just like, hey, yeah, sure, let's shit them out every couple of years.
They needed the money.
Yeah, they both were like, all right, sure, we need, like, we'll do anything at this point. So they finally, So, and then they just got to a point where it's like, no, we're going to separate and not, do our own fucking thing. So,
yeah.
And some of them are fun, though. It's just that thing where, like, if you have them fight each other, we're not going to have like a real winner because both sides want their character to look good. Yeah. So you can't really have them fight. It's just one of those things. Every comic was like, all right, we're going to fight each other. You're a bad guy. Oh no, there's another real bad guy behind us, so we got to fight that guy. So some of them are really good. Some of them are kind of stupid.
Yeah.
So speaking of stupid, let's talk about this. This dropped late too. This is the Facts of Life live, ABC Live. Did you see this? They're doing the Facts of Life, and they're doing different strokes. Yeah, different strokes, which is the casting of this is fucking pretty hilarious. So for Facts of Life, you have Gabrielle Union as Tootie, Catherine Hahn as Joe. Let's see, Allison Tolman as Natalie Green. And let's see, Ann Dowd is playing Mrs. Garrett. And then we have different strokes, which is fucking what's his name? Kevin Hart playing Kevin Arnold, which is pretty hilarious. I'm gonna have to just watch that for that. John Lithgow is Mr. Drummond. Damon Wayans is Willis. Let's see. So they've been doing these like the last couple of years. They did like All in the Family. They did Jeffersons like live, like with like famous actors. Woody Harrelson played fucking Archie Bunker. Jamie Foxx played George Jefferson. So they do these like kind of live stage kind of things. I love these sitcoms. So like I really never want to watch these because these seem like kind of just like like there's a reason we love those sitcoms because of the original characters. But seeing Kevin Hart play fucking
that'll be good.
Like that might be price of admission. Like the Facts of Life one looks horrible. But Damon Wayans and fucking John has Willis and John Lithgow as Mr. Drummond because I love Different Strokes is one of my favorite shows as a kid. I love Different Strokes as a kid, and Facts of Life too. Facts of Life was like huge when I was a kid. Were you a fan of these shows when you were a kid? These kind of missed you, right? Or
it's a little bit before me, but I mean I've seen them all. I just don't know how I feel about these revivals of them, or just kind of like, I mean, it's an homage to them.
Yeah.
But can you imagine doing that for its shows today also? Like, who's going to play 20, 30 years from now, who's going to play Chevy Chase in Community? Like, something like that.
Nicholas Hoult.
Right, yeah. It's just... they need viewership. I get that. They're trying to appeal to all generations through that.
Yeah, and it's live too, so it's like, all right, it's a little. There's a little bit of danger with that.
Yeah.
What
network is this? Is this NBC?
Yeah.
NBC? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I might check it out. I just kind of I would check it out for the Different Strokes just to see Kevin Hart play fucking. Just see Kevin Hart playing playing Arnold. That'd be pretty hilarious. That's price of admission right there.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Let's talk about this Cyberforce thing. So 30 years of Cyberforce is coming out. I think we're getting the third issue coming out finally. Cyberforce was definitely like one of the late comics. It would always like ship late. This is of course by created by Alan Silvestri and his brother Eric. A superhero version of the Resistance from Terminator movies. The Resistance fighters weren't just human, however, cyborgs, but cyborgs experimented on by a company they were fighting against, Cyberdata. Very original. Taking cues from Silvestri's also successful work on X-Men and Wolverine titles from the late 80s, early 90s. Cyberforce blended sci-fi, high-tech, lavishly illustrated art to be one of the standouts of the comics of the time. I remember like Cyberforce being like, I kind of remember like the art always was good because Alan Silvestri is one of the goats. He's one of the great artists of all time. But the same thing with all those early Image titles, they just always shipped late. It was always like never on time. I did like some of the characters. The Speedster, what was the Speedster? Velocity, I really liked. Always thought that character was cool. Of course, Ripclaw was just fucking Wolverine. So a lot of these characters were just like basically X-Men characters that they didn't, they kept to themselves when they were working on X-Men. Did you read any of these early Image comics?
I did a few of them. Just because his art does stand out to you. If you're into the X-Men and all the team stuff, it really does stand out. But like, I don't know. I don't remember this grabbing me very much. I recognize the characters, and I feel like I have one or two issues in one of the boxes behind me, but I don't think it's a thing that, there's a reason it kind of went away after a while, So
yeah, I remember just being so excited for these like new books because all these guys were like kind of doing their thing and just like just basically it was all splash pages. A lot of the issues, there's no like real substance in any of these. So I'll check it out. I'm not gonna like go out of my way to pick this up, but if I see it on the rack, I'll pick it up and look at it. And it just it's just so much great potential in a lot of these books that they just kind of shot themselves in the foot when they were coming out in the early 90s because a lot of kids like me were excited about this shit, but there was no like stories or consistency to like oh, remember that Wildcat story that was great, that one run, just why I make fun of Bo all the time, but about Spawn, but name it like a classic run of like Spawn. Like what's that? Remember that one story from Spawn that stands out? That's like so great. There's no great.
The thing about Spawn to me is the issues that stand out the most are the ones they can't put in the collections because of the lawsuit and everything. And that's really weird,
Yeah. Like
I love the art and all that. Yeah.
Yeah, on Cartoonist Kayfabe, they're going through the trial.
Yeah, I saw some of that.
Yeah, I was watching some of the Neil Gaiman, like answering they're kind of going back and forth answering like the transcripts from the trial.
Watch that Cartoonist Kayfabe after you like and subscribe to this.
Yeah,
it's pretty interesting.
Let's see. Spoiler. Let's see. Hondalorian. Put a spoiler alert when you talk about Hawkeye because I haven't checked it out yet. What the fuck, Hondo?
Oh, come on, man.
Yeah,
what are you doing?
On, yeah, we'll have a spoiler alert. Don't worry, little buddy. Don't worry. And what's up, Davis?
Hey, bud. I miss you.
Aw. See, I told you, Hondo. People miss you. Lori. Hi, gents. Happy Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, Lori.
Hey, Lori.
What are your thoughts on this Nicolas Cage playing Count Dracula? Yeah, we want to hear your thoughts for sure. Mandalorian, I just looked at Davis setup 2 Scott Snyder's Batman Omnis. Cool mic too. Nice. Gonna have to get some cool gear when I set up my own channel someday.
Just on the 2 Omnis up there, the first one, volume 1, I got for free because I ordered. There was like a coupon on Amazon for it for like, I don't know, $40 or something. So I was like, all right, cool. Court of Owls, that run was pretty badass. And they lost the package. And so they refunded me, and then it showed up like a day later. So I got a free Omni from Amazon. And then the next one just came out. It was on pre-order for fairly cheap. And I was like, well, the first one was free. So I was like, that's fair, I guess. I can round it out like that. So
yeah,
pretty sweet. Thanks, Bezos. He's probably going to find me now. He has an algorithm to track that. Yeah,
Thought you were gonna get away with it too, huh?
exactly. I'm going to space with your money.
My own channel one day. There's talk of an insertion, huh? Like, Hondo's gonna go off on his own channel. All right, I see how it is, Hondo. We have a channel right here, man. You're one of the godfathers of the SF Combo Co. You want to have a show, Hondo? You can have one. All right.
You need to just give him a section where you can talk about omnis in large format books.
Dr. Omnibus.
Yeah, there you go. Dr. Omnibus' corner.
Dr. Omnibus hour.
Yeah.
Dr. Omnibus, we'll see you now.
I'd love to go through both of y'all's collections. Yeah, I mean, I think you should do a segment where you go through a book or some kind of cartoonist kayfabe, you know, but
yeah, is there any books you're waiting for, like anticipating?
I've got volumes, what is it, 3 and 5 of Amazing Spider-Man coming. I think I've got 2, and I think 3 and 5 are coming, and 1 is scheduled to come out in the next year. You have the ones that I don't have.
I have 1 and 4.
Yeah, so
and then you have the ones I need.
If only our powers could combine. We'll have to meet in like the middle of the country, put them on a shelf together, and then
take a picture and then walk away, go back to our corners.
On that, have you seen all the shit with the spines that they're changing with the printings and stuff? It's infuriating.
It sucks, especially for like a fucking like a fucking very anal fucking collector person like that. Like, I don't care if they like look like a slightly different, but when you like, it's so dramatic like that, it just it makes me not want to buy like certain.
It looks bad.
Like, I don't like I have a. Why would you go smaller on those spines? You can barely read them. I don't understand. Like, why would you?
The point is a larger format. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and it just infuriated like so many fans. Like, dude, like I'm spending 100. Like, I have a collection, and it stands out so much. Like,
a lot of people are getting custom spines made, dust covers for them. You know,
I shouldn't have to buy
and all that. Like, what I got, this one. And then later on, they shipped me the other cover because it just wasn't ready in time, I guess. So there's a whole debacle.
Oh, that's cool.
So I ordered it with the 300 issue cover, and everyone started posting online being like, did you get the Spider-Man omnibus with, this cover? And people started getting really upset. And finally, like several months later, they gave you an option. A lot of the websites and stuff could either, that if you pre-ordered it from them or your comic shop, you could either order it or I think I got mine from Organic Price Books. They just sent it to me with my next order, so that was cool. They're pretty awesome.
No, at least you're gonna make it. Yeah, at least you're making up for it. Yeah. But I don't get. Yeah, it sucks because when you have a collection like that and it's just like that, it's not really. It's not like, and it's like overly small too. It's like not even like like you could have made it slightly bigger. They just made them like so it kind of turned like. There's a couple of Omnis I want, but I'm gonna kind of wait for the reprints until they like fix the spines.
It's gonna look weird on your shelf, yeah.
It's gonna bother the shit out of me because my omnibuses are right in front of me in my chair.
Yeah.
So that's gonna fucking just haunt me for fucking years. I'm gonna be fixated on like it fucking really bothers me. Like I don't want that. Like, you're fucking with people's fucking mindsets, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Hey, how about you?
That was our Rick's rant moment.
How about you like and subscribe to the channel? If you're new to the channel, please hit the like button. It helps with the algorithm. If you like the video, dislike the video, whatever you want. I don't care. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on the notification bells. Our schedules are a little weird. We might be doing some Wednesday episodes. There you go.
Yeah.
Look at
Keep
that.
it up on the shelf.
We gotta get some new swag, man. We need some new swag. So yeah, like and subscribe. Come check us out. We do unboxings, some movie reviews, show reviews. We talk about comics, toys, movies, TV shows. Whatever dork stuff we want to talk about, because we're a bunch of dorks and we like dork stuff. Let's see. All right, let's talk. All right, before we get into the Hawkeye, just want to talk about a couple trailers that popped off. One was not really a trailer, it was a prologue. This is for Jurassic World Dominion. So this is basically, I guess the first. This is the opening of the movie. Pretty much, it's kind of like
looks like it.
it's kind of soon. I guess kind of soon to be kind of showing the opening of the movie, but they're really pushing for this movie to be a big summer release, I think. So yeah, this is kind of. I don't know if you want to be a spoiler on it, but it pretty much starts in the Jurassic Age, and you kind of see the origin of the blood that created the T-Rex. I thought this was a cool opening. Like if this was just like a short animated film, this would be awesome. This would be
Walking with dinosaurs.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
That's what I thought the whole movie was going to be for a while.
I'll be totally down with that. This is like I don't need humans. Humans just fuck shit up. Just give me a movie full of dinosaurs. I thought it was really cool, and they're showing the dinosaurs how they probably should look because they're like more science has come out where dinosaurs were more feathered, more bird-like than we suspected. Pretty cool looking the special effects. I'm actually really excited about this movie. I think it's kind of what you kind of wanted the next movie, the last movie to be, but it kind of turned into a weird horror movie, which I kind of want to go back and revisit because I wasn't a huge fan of the Fallen Kingdom movie. I thought Jurassic World was fine. I thought it was a cool little kind of reboot to the series. Did you watch this yet?
I did. Yeah, you sent it to me. I had heard rumors of them making another one. I mean, they made 2 more with Pratt. I'd figured they're going to round it out with the trilogy.
Yeah.
But I'd heard rumors that they're bringing back the old cast, and they are. So that's the only thing that's really drawing me in because I hated the last movie.
Yeah.
I really
Fallen
did
Kingdom,
not like
yeah.
it at all.
Yeah.
It just drove me crazy. I wanted to walk out of the theater. There's
especially
not many
like
movies that do that to me.
Yeah, especially the second half really fucking annoyed me.
Yep.
It's just like, what are you trying to do here?
But
like
you
set up
said
some
that
other.
to me, I thought that was like a fan. This was a fan trailer at first, like a really well-made fan trailer. Because there are some out there that you're like, this could be legit.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, no, it's there's definitely a line blurred with some of these fan fucking made trailers.
Yeah, but I'll see it eventually. I mean, I know I will, but I'd probably not opening day or anything. So.
Yeah, I'm pretty juiced about this. Like the old cast coming back, having more of a role, not just fucking Jeff Goldblum in the fucking courtroom. And like you said, we're gonna have Jeff Goldblum in the movie. He's in it for like fucking 10 seconds, and like he says all the shit he says in the fucking trailer. Yeah. So why would you even fucking like put that like that was pointless. But like you said, I was not a fan of the second movie. The first one I thought was a cool like reset of the franchise, kind of like the Force Awakens of the fucking kind of like resetting. All right, this is how we're gonna go forth, and kind of setting up a planet of the dinosaurs, man. That's what I want to see, like dinosaurs taking over the world. Like they're just spreading rapidly, can't control them, and kind of like kind of a post-apocalyptic dinosaur world. That's kind of what I thought they were going for. And looks like they're kind of going towards that right now. So I'm pretty curious about this. Hopefully it's good. Hopefully it's good.
I'm getting a little burned out on Chris Pratt, I'll say.
I think a lot of people are, man. I think
do we need him as Mario, Jurassic Park movies? Do we need him
Guardians?
As all these things? Like, I love the guy. I loved his career, like seeing it kind of blossom from Parks and Rec and all his early stuff and all that. But he's just everywhere.
Well, then you find out he's just this like religious fucking like.
Also
like,
that.
Yeah, his not to say he's like that, but the church he's from is kind of like do some research on him is not the nicest fucking church out there. And,
I don't know about that, but
the church he's a part of is very very anti LGBTQ, very anti it's.
How do you feel about that? Huh?
Yeah, and marrying Schwarzenegger's daughter. I don't know. That seemed kind of weird too.
That's surprising then, because Schwarzenegger is pretty open and accepting of most people, right? Yeah. I mean, that's kind of his whole thing. So
yeah, he was kind of like he's like the good Republican. Yeah, just like he was going to play the good Nazi back in the 90s. You ever heard that fucking story?
I don't know.
He was trying to shop for years in the 90s. He was trying. Basically, it was like the good German. I forgot what the name of the movie was, but basically, he was going to play like a good Nazi, like a Nazi that was like a, like I don't know. It never fucking made it past, but that was just like.
You mean Schindler? Like that they did that.
I think like Schindler,
movie.
like when Machine Gun. I think pretty much.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Forgot what it was called, but it was like the good German or some shit. It was. What the hell was it called?
It sounds like Tarantino rewrites history again. That's kind of the Nazi movie he made, So.
Yeah, that was actually like I really like that fucking movie.
Oh yeah.
Let's get that. Was it? I can't. Damn it! What's the movie called? Yeah, whatever. It was pretty. I remember that being like a thing.
I'll have to look into that. We'll get it made one day.
Just like fucking what's his name's Holocaust clown fucking movie, Jerry Lewis. Did you ever hear about this movie? The movie he made in the early 70s. It was this movie was made. So basically, the movie is he plays a clown in the concentration camps that would have to entertain the kids and kind of like lure them into the fucking gas chambers and like.
Jesus Christ!
Yeah. That movie was made, and it won't be released until I think 2026 because he pretty much put in his will that they can't reveal the footage until like a certain amount of time.
Find it out there anywhere. It's not like because there's movies out there that have been made that have never been released, but you can find them online. I forget. There's some like Leonardo DiCaprio movie you can find online that I forget what it's called, but. There's I remember looking a while ago. There's a handful of movies out there that like the studio struck down after it was made, and there's like a list of them you can look up. But anyways,
it was like a people like no that can't be fucking true. That didn't it was like actually made. Let's see, World War II. I think what the fuck was it called?
The Day the Clown Cried.
Yes.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, that's an actual fucking movie that was filmed.
He directed it.
He directed it, yes.
Oh my God. Let's just look up real quick.
1972. And of course, a Swedish-French movie, of course.
It looks like parts of it are on YouTube, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, maybe we'll do an audio commentary for that one day.
Oh my God. Yeah, I really need to watch it because I've heard about this movie for years. So yeah, I probably will have to watch this fucking movie because who thought that would be a good idea? Like in the pitch meeting, like, all right. I guess it was like in France. So yeah, that makes sense. Let's see. Where's that? There you go. Laura, I just read the article about Cage being Dracula. It'd be interesting to see him play Dracula. Yeah, I think so. What happened to Rick's Con? I just had Rick's Con.
I'm just envisioning him with the like plastic Party City teeth in his mouth, like in the movie. It just that cracks me
Rick,
up.
Resend your comment because your comment just got deleted for some reason. I'm sorry.
It was YouTube could not handle it.
Yeah, it was too much.
Rick is finally being censored.
I'm trying to do this with my fucking left hand. It's all fucking going horrible. So Rick, I'm sorry. He had to comment. Send it back. The new teaser for Boba Fett is good. Thank you, Laura. That's what we're going to transition to next. We're going to talk a little bit about the Boba Fett trailer. This is just a little 30-second kind of see him like in the Batka tank. Kind of see him healing up. Kind of, it's probably going to show you what happened after Return of the Jedi. What happened after he got out of the, how he healed after the Sarlacc pit. So we're going to see some of the origins of that. Did you watch this trailer? Are you excited about Book of Boba Fett?
I did, and I am. My only thing is, do you think he can carry a whole? It's 7 episodes. It looks like. Do you think he can carry a whole series, or will there be? I mean, Ming-Na Wen is in it, and she's pretty awesome as Fennec. But
she's been awesome.
Do you think he can carry a whole series like that? Because we've only seen him really do very stoic kind of couple lines at a time, maybe. I mean, he had that. There was one or two episodes he pops up in The Mandalorian, but
No,
it's not going to suck. I mean, they're not going. They're putting a lot into it, but I'm just
yeah.
curious about it
No,
because he's not like a well-known actor, you know.
It's a good point. It's like, yeah, he's not. Yeah, he's not, like, I haven't really seen anything where he's just like the guy, like he's the main guy. I think he did. What the fuck was the movie he did? New Zealand movie he did. I forgot what the name was. Rick probably knows. So yeah, I'm not like super like. I think having a good cast around him and the story they're gonna tell, and like you said, having Ming Na Wing around as his little wingman, I think that's is Ming Na Man, whatever.
And Rodriguez on board. I mean, that's
Rodriguez is gonna be directing. You know, they got a lot of because people want to know this origin story. So I think just on that alone, they're able to. That's gonna be. You know, there's so much like fruit in that that what happened after Return of the Jedi, how he lost the armor, or how how he rediscovers the ship, and there's a lot of meat to that storyline.
Yeah, I read a lot of the books growing up and everything, and I hope they pull some stuff from that because I love like was it Tales of the Bounty Hunters and all the novels from back in the day. I like those a lot. I also, it's kind of like the Joker. You don't really want to know that much about him. It's the mythology involved that really sets it and makes it amazing for you. So I hope they still keep him mysterious, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, just like Wolverine in the comics. Like the more you know about Wolverine, the more it takes away from him.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I totally agree. Like, yeah, like I don't want to know too much. I don't want to see how all the sausage is made, but I want to see a little taste here and there, a little, show me a little bit. You don't have to show me everything, but just kind of a little explanation how he survived, how he got out, and just kind of show him like now kind of rebuilding his like reputation and kind of being the mob boss. He's he kind of like I kind of like how they're doing the underworld stuff. Kind of him, I like the line. I'm not sure if it was in this trailer or last trailer. Like Jabba ruled out of fear. I'm going to roll out of respect. That's a straight up mob fucking movie line right there. That could have been said in a fucking Sopranos or Godfather movie. So.
Yeah. Is that what you would have wanted when you saw Star Wars for the first time back in the day, though? When you saw Empire and he popped up on screen and you're like, that guy's all about respect, you know? Is that something that you expected from Boba Fett?
It was weird because like Boba Fett, like he has such a following, but really did and you look in those movies, he really did nothing. Really, like he stood around. Yeah. He stood around. He got easily defeated by a fucking blind Han Solo at the end of the movie. So yeah, it just he looked cool, and there was like a lot of mystery to him. So there was.
He had a jetpack.
He had a jetpack. He looked cool. Yeah. The toy was cool. So it just one of the things where like fans just build up this like headcanon for him, and they kind of try to explain his origin and Attack of the Clones, like how him being a clone and shit.
I think it also like in Empire, like Boba Fett and Darth Vader have like a weird rapport. But it's like they know each other, but they have a few lines together. Yeah. And then they kind of go their separate ways, and you're like, what's that all about? Like they have a mutual respect for each other. Is that what this is all about?
Yeah, they can tell. Yeah, he's dealt with him before. So
yeah.
In the comics right now they're having the War of the Bounty Hunters, I believe. So they're was it war. What was the original storyline you were just talking about? That was
Tales of the Bounty Hunters.
It's a War of the Bounty Hunters right now. It's pretty much like taking place between Empire and Return, and basically everyone's like after Boba Fett. Yeah. He has Luke, and not Luke. He has Han Solo, and everybody wants that bounty. So it's kind of I haven't read it yet. It looks cool. So
that's pretty much what that book was. Yeah, it was all how they got to the deck of the Star Destroyer, and then like their tales afterwards, and like. IG-88 getting destroyed and Bosk going off on his own thing and all that sort of stuff. So,
yeah, I'm not sure if it pulls from that story, but it's definitely like that story that between.
I think they're trying not to pull from the old books, from what I understand, because with the last trilogy, they should have pulled from was it Timothy
Dark,
Zahn's books and everything with Admiral
Dark Empire,
Thrawn. Yeah.
Dark
Well,
Empire.
and that, yeah, and Dark
Yeah, they kind
Empire.
of half-ass kind of did that, like in the
Yeah.
last movie. But they kind of, like, I don't know, they could have did a little something better. Like they should have just had like Tom Hiddleston come out as young fucking Emperor, like I'm the Emperor clone. They finally perfected the cloning Jedi fucking thing, and they transferred his body, like just them trying to shoehorn the Emperor.
I don't need an Emperor that charismatic though.
Yeah, he's too
suave. Yeah, don't need that.
Sorry, Emperor, you're too charming for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just let's see. All right, so yeah, I'm excited. It comes out in a couple weeks. I think the 29th.
Yeah, it's close.
Yeah, it's close. Wow, yeah. So I'll stick with the Disney Plus stuff. All right, so we're gonna talk about Hawkeye. We'll go into some spoilers in a little bit. So not just yet. We'll talk a little spoiler-free stuff before you have to get out of here. I do want to talk about the comic before we start talking. Have you read the comic at all?
The one that's mostly based off of, yeah,
Matt Fraction.
That's probably the only like real Hawkeye run I've read. Honestly, West Coast Avengers I've delved into a tiny bit, but
yeah, he hasn't had too much. Yeah, I usually read him in like other like Avengers stories. Like he was big in the Brian Michael Bendis run, and of course the John Byrne West Coast Avengers, and a lot of that stuff. I just knew him from the Avengers stuff, and not like no one's real ever favorite character. Like growing up, like
kind of the premise of the show so far.
Yeah.
So I like that.
Yeah. The Matt Fraction run was great. A lot of great visuals, storytelling. What's the artist's name? I'm always forgetting his
something
name.
Aha.
Yeah, John Aha, I think. Yeah, John Aja, I think.
Mm-hmm.
What was it? I have it right here. David Aja. Great story, visual storytelling, doing like weird stuff with the panels, doing weird stuff with the storytelling aspect, and kind of just like almost like an interactive comic. The way they move the panels around, the way that the art kind of flows and tells the story. We have a panel right there in the background, right there, with of course the great pizza dog. So I'm glad they're pulling from that storyline, because there's really not much you can pull from Hawkeye's like by himself storylines. There's been like some spotlights, like Avengers Spotlight series of Hawkeye, but none like memorable. Like the most memorable storyline is the Matt Fraction run for sure. And so that run is great. The art's great. I kind of fell off around issue 25, I think, something like that. I wasn't a huge fan of the Kate Bishop character in the comic.
Me neither. I was like, all right, whatever. She's there, cool.
Yeah, like I like we'll talk about the TV show in a second, but I love her in the TV show. I think her in the TV show is a far superior character. But a great run. If you definitely want to check out the first, I think they just released the first a new trade paperback. I think it's like the first 10 issues or 12 issues of it. Yeah. So I would definitely recommend reading those.
The omnibus has been out of print for a while, sadly. People are waiting for a reprint. I am. Yeah. I missed it when it was out.
Yeah, we'll definitely be reprinting that at some point, because I think this show is going to be popular.
Alex probably has it.
I'm sure he has like fucking all of them. Yeah. Great run by Matt Fraction. Definitely highly recommended. Your thoughts on that run?
I loved it. I think it's maybe one of the first few things by Fraction that I read. And
oh, really?
I think maybe I read... didn't he do an Invincible Iron Man run or something? A buddy of mine let me borrow a collection of his stuff. And I read that, and I was like, this guy's really funny, and it's very clever writing, and started picking that up. And I've got a bunch of other stuff of his on the shelf behind me now. But this one, I just, the way it's drawn, everything, it has kind of like it's almost like reading the Sunday morning cartoons, like the funny pages, because like they kind of almost stand alone each page or each strip. Like there's just little things, and then it moves on to the next thing, and but then it still all flows together in the story, and it's very well done. I love it. I just reread the first 2 or 3 issues of it last night, actually. I've been meaning to, and then you texted me about being on the show, and I was like, well, fuck, I have to read the first few. It's been years since I've read it, so I highly recommend to anyone pick it up if you can find a copy of it. The trades are pretty easy to find. Definitely, they have
Yeah,
those.
I've seen a
available
bunch of them
everywhere.
out there too. Yeah, you can find
Yeah.
the new trades. Yeah,
And there's only what was it, 30 issues, 32 issues, something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, I think I fell off like 20, 25 around that area.
Mm.
So yeah, it's but like I said, the Kate Bishop in the comic I was not a fan of. It just like she kind of annoyed the shit out of me reading her, and just kind of took me out of the book.
That was the first encounter with her I'd had that I was just like, all right, whatever, she's there.
Yeah, I've read her in like Young Avengers,
Yeah.
and she was okay. Like I don't know, her character was just kind of off-putting to me. So
it's weird to call her Hawkeye, but she's not really much like Hawkeye, you know.
So we got we're gonna jump to the TV show, Hawkeye, Disney Plus. Jeremy Renner coming back as Hawkeye, and Haley Stanfield. Great actress. I liked her. I dug her a lot in that Bumblebee movie that came out a couple years ago. Definitely the best live action Bumblebee, live action Transformer movie, because a lot of them are fucking horrible. But I thought, so the first 2 episodes, we won't get into spoilers just yet, but I thought the first 2 episodes were great. They're charming. I like the setting. Christmas, New York, Christmas in New York is always a good setting for a movie. It definitely pulls from the comic, which is kind of sucks that David Aja is not getting more credit, because they're taking a lot of his visual styles,
the intros, and outros,
So I hope they rectify that and kind of give him some more. Like Mac Fraction has a consulting producer credit on there.
I wasn't cool with that. I was like, it says Kevin Feige production in the opening credits. I was like, really? I think this is the first Marvel property they've done that on. Have you ever noticed that on anything else?
No. They're pretty much giving him where the fuck he wants. He's like
he's king of the castle.
Yeah, he's steering the ship right now. So like, oh, you want a production, your own production company? Cool. Like, it's going to be under your banner. But they throw a lot of stuff from the comic, which was great, like the Pizza Dog. They throw in the Bros, the Tracksuit Mafia and stuff. Overall, I really enjoyed the first 2 episodes. I think this was the best first 2 episodes of the Disney Plus shows. As far as like entertainment and consistency, kind of like setting up the storyline for what's to come. But would you, non-spoilerly, what'd you think of the first 2 episodes?
I enjoyed it. I thought they did a good job of melding the comics, the character from the MCU, and then just a little bit of Hawkeye backstory mythology, which this isn't, there's nothing alluding to this in the show at all, but I kind of hope that they do something to Hawkeye's deep background, like the circus and everything, alluded, like everyone thought he was like a specially trained agent. No, he was just the guy that had good eyes and, was trained in the circus back in the day and was a thief. So, I hope they go into that some.
In the comic, he was definitely, a villain first.
Yeah.
I think he was an Iron Man villain, I believe, first. I think something like that.
That, or I've read him in some of the early Spider-Man stuff too. And X-Men, I feel like.
Yeah, he showed up in a few books, but he started off as a villain, and he was part of the Avengers team when they kind of revamped the squad. It was like Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver, Hawkeye, who were all villains at the time, kind of reformed to make these new Avengers. It was kind of controversial at the time. So it was definitely he was definitely like I said, never like my favorite character, but in this show, I think he's kind of shining for sure. Overall, really fun. Definitely check it out. And if you like the show, I definitely say check out the Matt Fraction run. All right, so let's jump into some spoilers. Where's my banner?
Bye, Alex.
Hi, Alex. So spoilers, full spoilers. Great show. Great show. Kate Bishop is great as Hawkeye, the new Hawkeye. She's of course in the Young Avengers in the comic. I think that's where she first appeared. They have some deep cuts on some characters. We have the swordsman, who of course trained Hawkeye in the comic at the circus. He's a character, Jack Duquesne. He was a big character in the comic. So Tony Dalton What was he in? He was in some other shit, right?
I don't know. I kept thinking, do you know Paul F. Tompkins, the comedian? He looks exactly like Paul F. Tompkins, and I thought that was him for the first probably 10, 15 minutes of him on screen. And then I was like, wait, who the fuck is this guy? You know?
I thought he was great.
Like him.
He does like a more like I don't know, more like a more Latin version of a
definitely. But he was always kind of in the shadows or kind of looking down like that. So, but he had like a mustache like him, the hair, always in a perfect suit. So,
yeah, like I like the inclusion. I wonder if they're going to go that route with Hawkeye. Like you were just talking about his origins in the circus. So I wonder if they're going to go that route with him being his trainer. He's the guy that kind of showed him like the ropes and shit. So yeah, what do you think of the show? What some of the scenes that stood out to you? What stood out to you in these first few episodes?
Let's see. Well, besides him being Paul F. Tompkins, what stood out? I really just like that they pulled from the Fraction run and like Hawkeye's beat the fuck up and he's got a hearing aid. He's been hurt. Like he's working with gods and geniuses and monsters and fighting all these superpowers, but he's just a guy. You know, like he's got some training more so than most people, but he's just the dude with the bow and arrow. And I kept thinking of there's a skit from SNL when Jeremy Renner was on several years ago, and they have like all the SNL characters as the Avengers, and he's as Hawkeye, obviously. And they're like, "Go do this," and he's like, "Oh, I'm out of arrows." You know, and they're like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "How many did you bring?" And he's like, 11. You're welcome. You know, and that's kind of the feeling of this show. Of he's run out. You know, like he wants to be with his family, but obviously he's got a few more episodes of people's asses he needs to kick, and you know he needs to muster up some strength, and he's defeated because of Widow not being there anymore. And there's just this. He's on the verge of being broken, and I think that's what it's a real underdog story. He's kind of the guy in the background of the Avengers, you know, that kids are like, cool, great purple suit, you know, like he's just not getting the credit he's due. And I hope that this really redeems I guess the character more so, because the character has had kind of a jokey history, I guess, somewhat. Sorry, that kind of, you asked me what my like standout moments were. My standout moment was probably when Pizza Dog showed up. Honestly, I was really excited for that from the Fraction run, and they're not going to do a whole episode devoted to it, but there's a great issue of the Fraction run where it's just from the dog's perspective. There's no dialogue. It's just the dog.
I hope we get like 5 minutes of that. Like, like 5-10 minutes of just the dog's perspective.
That's what I want.
They awesome. Like I hope they do. Like there's an issue like just the car chase. If they do an episode just of a car chase, I think that would be fucking awesome. I hope they fucking actually do that. The Pizza Dog in the comic is a little more brutal because you actually see him get fucked up. The dog gets fucked up, and the story's a little different. Like in the comic, Clint Barton is not a married man with kids. He's just a single guy. He actually owns the building. The building that they're kind of based out of, and so he's like the landlord, and he interacts with all these cats, and it's pretty fun run.
His apartment is more like Kate Bishop's apartment in the show, honestly. Like that's kind of the whole thing. So
it's a pretty dope apartment, man, if you ask me, man.
Oh yeah. I wonder what her rent is. I mean, she's supposed to be a very rich person, but it's like, fuck, that's crazy. But
I did like the beginning, like kind of seeing seeing the Battle of New York from a bystander, like from a different angle, kind of seeing just seeing like a regular guy like jump out of a roof and like shoot an arrow and swing over. Like it was cool to see that perspective.
They've done a few other moments like that in other newer Marvel projects, haven't they? Kind of alternate angles to tie in. Nothing's coming to mind right now, but I know I've seen them do it, and I love that they do that.
Well, they did that in Endgame too, like where they kind of like going through Battle of New York, and like when they
there we go.
Yeah. I thought that was cool. Yeah, like her, she's so charming. Like she's like she's so like this role could have easily been like a pretentious kind of like, oh, I'm a rich girl, and how she kind of is in the comic. But Haley Stanfield is so charming, and she's such a great actress, and she like pulls it off. Like she seems very sincere, and like she's seems very. I think they're doing a good job with her character. And yeah, I like the little mystery that's going on. And we had a little black market auction, and guys selling like triceratops and a skull, and they're selling like the Ronin suit and the sword.
Is the skull from the Savage Land, you think?
We should only hope.
Yeah.
They gotta start. They gotta start tying in the X-Men shit, man. I want to like they've been lagging on tying in some of the like. Give me just a little like. Just say the word mutant. I'll fucking flip my shit, man. Like just give me a little bit. Just give me like a little taste of the X-Men universe. But yeah, no, yeah, the action's been pretty good. I love they're using the bros, like the Tracksuit Mafia, man. They're perfect. Yeah, the action has been pretty good, good flowing action. Yeah, their chemistry is really good. Hopefully they don't go. I don't think they will with the comic. They had like a kind of a little flirtation in the comic, which is kind of creepy.
Yeah,
I don't think they can pull that off for the TV show.
They should not pull that off.
Yeah, I think people will like be a little upset. Like, no, don't do that. But this is more of a mentor father figure kind of relationship, which is good. I did like the scene where she kind of called out the swordsman, like when they were fencing, and kind of like fucking she's like trying to like make him come out like hey dude, you know what you're doing, don't fucking don't fuck with me. So I did like that scene. Via Farmiga is fucking awesome in anything she does. I'm like always a fan of her in anything.
I didn't know she was going to be in it. That was
I kind of forgot she was going to be in it, so when she showed up, I was like, oh cool. Yeah, she's great in everything. Anything she pops up in, I'm always a fan of hers. Yeah, the cast is really good. Get to see a little bit of Linda Cardellini, which is great. I thought Simon Callow as Armando Khan, like he's always great. Like he's just one of those character actors that you see, like, oh, I know that guy. He's been in like a bunch of shit. I know.
Yeah.
So yeah, the cast has been really good. So yeah, it's hinting to a lot of stuff. There's a lot of rumors where this is going to go. We get to see Echo at the end. This a major character in the Brian Michael Bendis Daredevil run and his Avengers run. She's a henchman of the Kingpin in the comic, ties to the Kingpin. So there's a lot of rumors floating around that the Kingpin's going to be kind of involved in some of this.
She's getting her own series in the next year.
Which is right? Yeah, exactly. So they must have seen something really good in her to like justify her getting her own series. So that's going to be interesting to see. So yeah, where do you think this is going to go, man? Where do you think we're going with this?
I mean, my first thought is it's going towards Young Avengers. That's pretty clearly what they've been setting up, because a lot of these actors, like I think they love doing it for the most part, but they've been doing it for over a decade now, most of them. So they're all kind of petering out. They need a new, fresh, Saved by the Bell, the next class, So they need, and then they'll have like a Screech character that stays on that ushers them into the new age, but for a bit. And I'm curious about that. I like Haley. I only knew her from the Pitch Perfect movies, so she's in like the second and third one, I think. Yeah, I've seen the whole Pitch Perfect trilogy. So I don't know her that well, but yeah, she was great as Kate Bishop so far in the first 2 episodes. She's a fun character. It's kind of what you'd expect. I think she's supposed to be like 22, but a teenager running into Hawkeye. Basically, it's the same thing you would expect any kid to like fan girl out or whatever. Yeah. And she asks him to sign her bow and all that sort of thing. Oh, by the way, the LARPing scene. What was it, the second episode? That was great. I really liked that.
Was pretty funny. Yeah, it's like seriously, I got to go through all this shit. Like, like we know who you are. Yeah, yeah. You're not Captain America. If Captain America came in,
I fought Thanos. God.
Yeah, it was a good line. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that scene too when he was like walking to the urinal and like, of course, everyone's like memeing it now. Like he's like looking down, like Thanos was right. He's like, yeah, like just like damn, like
that theater scene broke my heart right at the beginning too, because I was like, I would not want to fucking be there if I'd been
No, like, well,
a
why would you think
quarter
that
of
was
the
a good
shit he's
idea?
been through.
Yeah, why would like no? This was like a fucking serious, tragic fucking time of my life. I'm gonna see people like jump around dancing to it. And, like, no,
Yeah.
that was pretty. Yeah, that was
I did like that. He's like, Ant-Man wasn't fucking there, you know. Pointing to that guy. That was pretty great.
that was good. Yeah. Fuck is Ant-Man doing there?
Yeah.
That was pretty funny. Yeah. Yeah, I'm digging it. I like the chemistry between the two characters. You know, I want to see more pizza. Like you said, I want to see more Pizza Dog. Yeah, if we do like a 10-minute, like do an intro to the one of the show, like the episodes where it's just his like part of his day, it's just kind of seeing it, like going through and like seeing the chaos and kind of like I would totally be down for that, and I think people would love that if you know, people are already like like already like super juiced on Pizza Dog, so I want to see some more Pizza Dog. What's his name in the comic? Lucky, right?
Yeah, in the comic originally, I read it's in like the second or third issue. I read it last night, and he takes the dog to the vet, and he's like, it's not my dog. What's the name on the collar? And the dog's name is Arrow. And he's like, I'll come up with a better name.
Yeah.
I kind of wanted them to allude to that in the show. Well, I was just thinking, like, do they have a whole bunch of blind dogs on standby, or is that dog have some like green tape holding his eyes shut the whole time? Like
it's CG. I would assume, unless they like just
yeah.
gouge out a bunch of fucking golden retrievers.
Jesus,
it's not
that's
above Disney's
terrible.
fucking to do that.
Yeah, they could sweep it under the rug, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got an episode tonight, right? Midnight, I think.
Oh, is it? Okay. I wasn't sure when it was coming out.
I think it comes out Wednesdays. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so I got one in a couple hours. Yeah, I'm digging it. I like it a lot. I'm pleasantly surprised with this one. I wasn't too sure about this show.
It is the lowest rated Marvel like thing so far.
Really?
I saw the other day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Which it's not shocking compared to like you're not expecting a massive budget out of the Hawkeye show.
Yeah.
Like WandaVision had it was like one of the biggest TV budgets ever or something like that.
Yeah.
And you're not expecting a lot of like crazy wizardry or anything, but it's the people that care, like you and me, that are tuning in and watching and all that.
I thought, as far as like first two episodes go, I thought it was a great like start to it. Like I think I love it. I think it was great. Yeah. Lori Haley Stanfield is real and natural, nothing fake about her. She's gonna have a long, successful career. She's actually a really good singer too. She's actually really nice. Yeah. So good for her, man. Yeah, she's charming as fuck. I think she's a good addition to the MCU for sure. All right. Any other spoiler talk you want to talk about Hawkeye here?
I don't think so. Something will probably pop into my head in a minute, but I'll try to keep it under wraps. But yeah, I hope people get into it and everything. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I guess I saw Jeremy Renner in an interview a while ago, and he was saying he doesn't have the friendliest face. Like, when he just has his resting face, he looks angry and like he wants to hurt you all the time. So yeah, maybe that's why people aren't as into it. I don't know, but
yeah, I think a lot of people don't like Jeremy Renner. I think that's fucking one of the things. I hope people find this and like kind of appreciate for what it is, and it's gonna have some. Hopefully, it has some ties to like the rest of the Marvel universe. So yeah, I'm digging it so far. Yeah. That
is one thing. My wife brought this up. Do you think what's her name? De La Fontaine or whatever is going to pop up at the end like she has in the last few series and movies of kind of put the Dark Avengers together?
Well, they did in Black Widow. They did allude to Yelena. Like,
exactly.
You found out. I think so. Yeah, you can't have a tease like that and not have her show up. So yeah, we're gonna see some kind of like, oh, you killed my sister. I was like, no, your sister jumped off a fucking thing. I tried to sacrifice myself, and
I didn't care for that role when she pops up for those like couple minutes, just because it feels like the exact same character she plays in Veep. Like she's just a little bit. Well, she's a mean vice president in that show, but she's like a dark, mean vice president in this show, you know? So, yes, I don't really want to see that, but it's most likely going to happen. A Dark Avengers thing is coming, which will hopefully be cool.
Yeah, we're going to have Dark Avengers. We're going to have Young Avengers. We're going to have fucking all the Avengers. All the Avengers.
If you weren't tired of the MCU now, just wait.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Lori, I'd love to see Alan Alda as in a cameo. That'd be meta as fuck if they did that. Of course, Hawkeye from MASH. All right. We're gonna end the spoilers. Great show. Can't wait to see more. You said 7 episodes. You said.
I think that's what I just saw. Yeah.
Okay, so that's all right. Cool. Yeah, I like these short and sweet ones. All right. Okay, Hawkeye. Spoiler talk over. All right. Awesome.
Excuse me. 6 episodes.
6 episodes for Hawkeye. Yeah. All right. Cool. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Follow the social medias. We're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. There's a little Facebook group you can join. Kind of see some of the stories we're going to be talking about during the week, during the shows. We got. I think we're on regular time next week. I think we're going on Wednesday next week. So check us out Wednesday. TBD on the time. So yeah, check us out. Follow the social medias and turn on a notification bell on the YouTube so you know when we're going on, and get all the updates. All right.
Who has custody over the Twitter? Is it Ray? Is it Rick just going full blown on the Twitter, like ranting at people, or what's going on?
I think it's through the. I don't know. I fucking hate Twitter with a passion, so I never.
I don't use Twitter. Yeah, sorry.
I can't. Yeah, apparently that's the way to go with a lot of these things, but I can't stand Twitter so I don't fucking fuck with it.
Well, you can get banned from Twitter. Be careful, Rick.
Yeah. I think that's
take a note from our former president. You can get banned.
I think he stays away from the Twitters. All right. So I'm going to jump to the pool list. Pool list is stuff you picked up during the week, something you watched, listened to, something you want to rant about, something that pissed you off, something that made you happy, just some stuff you picked up. So welcome to the pool list section of the channel. Davis is scrounging. He's got his pull list. Very exciting. Davis, what you got this week?
Well, I have like some stuff, kind of a little bit of my backlog of books. But I was saying before we came on here to Ray that most of this wall behind me is because of Ray and pandemic purchases and, boredom, dealing with crippling depression, things of that nature, So
the only way we can fucking deal.
Yeah. One thing I'm excited for tomorrow, I ordered. Have you checked out the Reckless series from Brubaker?
No. So I've heard of it.
Yeah, I've read them all, but I've got 2 of them, and the third one. Well, there's a 4th one coming out soon, but I'm blanking on the name. The Devil You Know. I think I'm picking up that book tomorrow. One of the comic shops around here ordered it for me. So I'm going to pick up that. I'm pretty pumped, and they're really fun. It's kind of if you've read Brubaker and Phillips stuff, they're great. Yeah, they're
such a great. They did that Scarlet graphic novel a couple years ago. I think what was it called, Scarlet or some shit. They're awesome. They're an awesome team for sure.
Yeah, the art is always awesome. It's very dark, and I just love it. I've got a lot of their stuff behind me, but. I recommend that, and then since I now live in Georgia and have room for lots of issues of things, I started buying issues of things. So things that I have to read in my stack. Red Room 4, haven't read that yet.
I only read part of. I read the first issue. I have the other issues I haven't read yet.
Definitely not for everybody.
No.
It's an acquired taste, but it's there. Maze Book by Jeff Lemire. That's his latest little short run he's doing. It's a dude looking for his daughter that's been gone for quite a long time. I don't really know what's going on in it, but I like it because I like all of Jeff Lemire's stuff. I've just read everything that I could find by him.
Yeah, he's really good. He's just a fucking good fucking. He's just good.
Yeah. Tinian, Nice House on the Lake, number 6. The variant cover I got the other day. I like that.
How
It's
do you like
pretty
that
fun.
so far?
I like it a lot. Apparently, it's going on break, I guess. So 6, and then I think it's taking several months off, and then they're maybe doing 6 more issues. It sounded like I'm unclear on that. And then the last issue, I haven't started reading this yet, but The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young. I found number 1 the other day, so I picked up the other 4 or other 3, and 5 comes out tomorrow. I think that's the last one. And then we've got all my X-Men, Marauders, the Peach Momoko Inferno. This is pretty cool. Got this the other day. It's Patrick Gleason, and it's a pretty badass Wolverine cover.
He's been doing Spider-Man. He's a really good artist. He's definitely up. He did a lot of stuff with DC like for the last couple years, and he came over to Marvel. He started working on Spider-Man and some stuff. He just feels like an old school, like fucking like badass, like late 80s, early 90s Marvel artist.
I'm definitely gonna look for more of his stuff, because that when I got that, I was just like, whoa, they're usually not that violent on the covers of Marvel comics. Honestly, this doesn't happen. I'm keeping up with all the X-Men titles right now. Got Sword. There's another Peach Momoko Excalibur cover. Uncanny. Another Sword, and then this was interesting. So I pre-order all my books and everything to just kind of keep them straight, because there's a ton of X-Men books, you know. So they always do like a month dedicated to a certain style of covers, you know. And it was the Native American Heritage month, and then they canceled all of them but the one that Warpath is on, because he's the only Native American mutant. And because I was like, they're probably gonna be really cool covers. But yeah, they were like, I guess this isn't okay to put like some Canadian Badger man on on the cover of it. So
I like that Canadian Badger man. I think
that's the bootleg Wolverine. You like that? There's a million other things I could pull off the shelves that are in my backlog, but we'll get to that someday, you know.
What I got? I watched most of the first Beatles Peter Jackson documentary on Disney Plus.
Me too, yeah.
Really, really fucking interesting, really good. It's like so fascinating to see them kind of work out the album, just kind of work out these songs I know so well, and just like how they like just the fruit of the song kind of like gestating, and how they like come about it. It's just like so fascinating, man. Really good documentary. Just to be like there in the room with those guys when they're making music is just so fascinating, man. Just well done. Just and of course Peter Jackson being behind it, and like, you know, they have so much footage and breaking it down. Just kind of, it's so good. It's really good. As a big Beatles fan, my favorite band of all time. So no brainer to check this out. And some of these,
I teared up a few times hearing their voices that young singing those songs, and
yeah.
They play around with them too. They do crazy versions of them that you've never heard before.
It's crazy. And then when they're just like jamming, playing other people's songs and stuff, oh man, it's just so good, man. It's just, oh man, I just can't wait to like dive deep. Like I'm only like a few hours in, so I'm just like, I can't wait to like absorb the rest of this. How far did you watch the whole thing yet?
I paused it right before we jumped on here.
I was watching it right before.
I'm maybe halfway through the second episode, I think.
Yeah.
We'd have to put up a spoiler banner for that, for talk about that more. It's not that exciting, but to me it's exciting just because I'm obsessed with music. I've always worked at festivals and venues, and I always want to be, I'm not a great musician, but I always want to be close to the music, and learn as much about it as possible. I have a whole nother bookshelf that's nothing but artists' biographies and autobiographies that it's probably about the same size easily. But to see that, you don't get to see that kind of coverage. I forget what it was, days worth of film and audio that they have, that Peter Jackson spent years going through this, didn't he? I've heard him talk about it for at least 5 years, I feel like. So And also, you get to hear cursing on Disney Plus.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
got the rules
the
for
only
that,
time they
and
didn't do it.
smoking.
A lot of smoking.
Yeah,
He just
there's a
constantly
warning.
smoked. Like one scene where he's like putting like the lit cigarette on one of the fucking
Oh yeah,
strings.
on the string. Yeah,
It's just a weird little detail, but just cool to see. Like that's how like they're on my cigarette, so I'm putting on one of the strings. Just weird, man. It's just fucking so fascinating, so much fun. Yeah, I'm digging it a lot, man. I think it's a very good documentary. I can't wait to like I want to like watch it all at once. But I kind of want to like spread it out a little bit. But really fascinating stuff, man.
I wish that they had a camera crew on all their albums.
That would be fascinating for sure. Yeah.
To see how they evolved and everything.
Yeah.
And then also, I was thinking, I wonder how many shitty bands today are watching this and they're like, we need to have a camera crew document our horrible album. So, but you're not the Beatles.
Oh, I think a few of them do, but no one gives.
Oh yeah,
they do have those, but no one cares.
Documentaries on bands, but it's
like they're filming it, like them like going through an album and shit. But this is the Beatles. And this is like the songs they're playing. Their songs they're like working on are like some of the most iconic songs of all time, and just to see them like it's so good.
Only the Beatles could do it, though. You realize, like, if the Rolling Stones were like, we want to do this, Disney would be like, no way. Too much heroin, not happening.
No, definitely can't go through that.
I love the Stones. I saw them the other night live. They were in Atlanta. They were fun.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I've still never seen the Stones. I think I've missed my chance. I'm not paying.
Got another 100 years or so to see them, probably.
Yeah. Keith Richards is still alive in the fucking apocalypse, still playing the tunes, man. Let's see. I got a pop. Somebody gave me a pop. A friend of mine gave me a pop. You know how much I love him. But it's the Baroness. I love the Baroness from G.I. Joe. And it's not one of those like dead eye pops. It's actually some pop with some character. So, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'll get mine out again to bond with you.
Yeah, there you go. See, I like when they're like unique like that. Yeah. When they're just like the same stoic, dead face. It's the worst.
Those beady eyes.
Those wee beady eyes. I've been watching The Great North. I've been loving that. The second season of that. Very charming show, fun show. Great, great cast of voice actors. Will Forte and fucking Ron Swanson. I'm always I just call him Ron Swanson. But yeah, great voice cast. Nick Offerman. There you go. Yeah, a fun, made from the guys from Bob's Burgers. So kind of a sister show.
I haven't heard of this.
Yeah, it's on Fox. It's on Hulu. So yeah, check it out. It all takes place in like a town in Alaska, and it's a great family dynamic, and it's just they're fun characters, and it's different from Bob's Burgers, but kind of the same kind of vibe at the same time. So it's
unpopular thing that I say, but I've only seen like 3 episodes of Bob's Burgers. I just never. Yeah, people get angry when I tell them that, and now the whole internet knows. But
oh man, I would give it a chance. I would give it a chance. There's some fun. The characters are so fucking charming and so much fun, and like the music, they kind of. I have the CD of their music. Okay. Every episode is like there's some kind of music and like involved, and it's great, man. The family's so charming and funny, and like the voice cast is great.
It's not that I didn't like it. I think it was just. I'd just finished catching up on Archer, and I was like, "This is weird to hear H. John Benjamin's voice flipping burgers," and it just
needs to be a little bit of disconnect. Yeah.
I was like, "This is bizarre."
Yeah, I can't do one after the other. Yeah, it's just it's such a distinguished voice for sure. Let's see. Last thing is I opened I opened a couple figures today, and opened this Marvel Legend. Juggernaut.
Oh, cool.
The most awkward figure ever. It's fucking really awkward. This is from the first line of Marvel Legends. This is like from the early 2000s Marvel Legends run. Very awkward. It looks like one of those characters from fucking Puppet Master. Like his ankles look fucking weird. Yeah. Like he has weird like skinny ankles. But yeah, like when I first opened it, I was like, oh, this sucks. And then the more I played with it, I was like, such an awkward figure, but I love it. So this was sitting on my wall, like literally sitting on my wall for like.
Wait, so which Juggernaut is that supposed to be pulling from? 'Cause, like the brown armor and everything.
Yeah, this is like original Juggernaut.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's like first Juggernaut for sure. So yeah, it's very awkward. It comes with a stand that's impossible for him to actually stand on. It's like physically, like the pegs are like nowhere near like anywhere.
I hated when that happened.
Like it's just so awkward. Like you can't even stand him up on this fucking thing. It's like fucking weird. Like, it's so awkward. For the more I played around, I was like, oh, it's actually pretty cool. I kind of like it. It's kind of awkward but cool. So they're kind of like me. So I dig it. All right, I've got a couple more chats here. Let's see a chance. Let's see, Lori. This was from earlier. I think there will be some great reveals with Boba Fett. The secrecy of the series, I have a feeling, will be giving us some deep dives. Yeah, they're going to answer some questions for sure. Let's see. Lori, I felt the same way, Davis, but then I watched all it on Hulu and I enjoyed it. Talking about Bob's Burgers.
Yeah.
I
don't binge things ever. I stopped doing that.
Really?
I just because I would finish shows and then it was just like an emptiness inside me. I'm like, I have to find the next thing. So I limit myself to a couple episodes at a time now, and it infuriates my wife and friends sometimes that are like, we could just watch 20 more. What's wrong? We have nothing to do.
You want to savor. You want to like taste, enjoy.
Yeah.
You want to chew your food.
I also don't retain a lot of it when I just burn through stuff like that.
Yeah,
which
I feel you on that. Kind of blends. Everything kind of blends together. I do like. I do kind of like. I'm on both minds where I kind of like things coming out weekly, like some of the Disney Plus stuff.
I do too.
It gets to sit with you. You get to think about it. You get to talk about it, and kind of instead of just having everything all at once, is where you're like, oh, remember that one? Oh, I totally forgot about that.
I thought the Beatles thing was going to be one a week. No, it was 2.5 hours every for 3 days, and I was like, oh crap, I've got to watch all this immediately. But and I'm going to because it's awesome.
Good. Yeah, I'll probably go back to it once we're done here. Yeah. It's pretty good. Okay. It's pretty good. All right. So let's jump into our hidden gem. Hidden gem is just something from your collection you want to show off, something personal to you, just like you went to school and came back and showed off your cool shit you picked up. So hidden gem this week. What you got, Davis? What's your hidden gem?
I might be about to pull a Rick and use something I've used before. I cannot remember. It's been quite a while. So if you've seen this before, just be like, hey, get something else. And I've got something else for standing by. But so I got this mug years ago at Universal Studios, a Spider-Man mug. And my name being Davis is, it's not easy to find on keychains, like those racks and shit. It's always David. Or Donnie or some shit like that. So I was at Universal Studios and it's a Spider-Man mug and it has my name on it. And that blew my mind. I had to have it. And it's a terrible mug. It's like plastic. You can't use it for anything. It'll probably melt. So it sits on the shelf and it holds random things that little knickknacks I hold on to. But
that's awesome.
That's my hidden gem for the evening.
That's dope. That's very cool. My hidden gem is this came in a 3-pack. I'm a big fan of course, the animated Justice League animated series, and so they came out with a bunch of figures, like a lot of like outside of the TV show where they just like made DC Universe figures. So I picked up this one on eBay. It was part of a 3-pack with Hawkman and Alan Scott Green Lantern. But this is Jay Garrick, Jay Garrick Flash, done in the animation Justice League Unlimited style. So really cool looking figure. I'm a big fan of Jay Garrick, so just getting him in the animated style is really cool. So yeah, that's my hidden gem. Yeah,
I know him because you've had me read lots of Flash stuff now. So.
It's a good run, man. It's a good run. Underrated. He's the Flash. He's back being the Flash, so that's it makes me happy. Yeah, that'll be on my top 20 2021 or top 10, whatever the fuck we're doing. That will be in a couple weeks for sure. Cool, Davis. A fun show.
Yes, this was great. It was sad. Rick was not here, but
sad Rick will be back next week.
Yeah. Yeah. But we've talked about me replacing him for a long time.
It's,
I mean,
you know.
come on. I don't know if he's still watching. I'm just heckling him, hoping he's watching. But
Watching, he'll have some comments for sure.
Rick, I do miss you. Ray, I miss you as well. But since Rick's not here,
Yeah,
hopefully we'll get to talk all sorts of random shit. And I'm working on a trip possibly out there, so maybe January-ish. I might be in the Bay Area for a little while. I don't know. Yeah. See how it goes. I'll keep you posted.
Right on. Yeah, keep me posted, man, for sure. Right on. Cool. All right. Yeah, man, this has been fun. Definitely check out the channel. Check out us on the social medias, turn on the notification bells, like the video, all that crap. We're gonna get out of here and have a good week, and everyone be safe. And we'll probably see you guys next Wednesday. Hopefully, that's what we're gonna do. I think that's our plan, but we'll see what happens. Card subject to change.
Turn on the applause sign for you.
There you
again.
go.
There we go.
Always fun seeing you, Davis. Happy holidays, night, gents. Thank you, Lori. All right, good night, everyone. Thanks for everybody jumping in the chat and joining us with the fun and shenanigans. And we'll see you guys next week. And everyone, be safe. Make